Hello. Welcome to Calibama Live, family. Come on in. Come on in. Okay, I'm getting up so I can see everybody's comments and we can chat. How are you all doing tonight? I'm excited. Big surprise, right? I'm always excited. Oh, my goodness. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, okay? Can you hear me? Give us a comment to let us know that you can hear us, because we're trying to make sure that this is working. Someone asked live last week if I could use a microphone so that we wouldn't have echo. So I just want to make sure you can hear me. So, hey, Sarah, I'm assuming that means you can hear me. And I hope it's clear. You good? Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. How y'all doing today? Everybody good? All right, start sharing this video. Start sharing it. We are about to make apple crisp. What I like about this recipe is we're making this is really good for the holidays coming up. It's about to be Thanksgiving time. Woo! I love Thanksgiving. And we're going to, y'all, okay, these are the moments when I can tell I'm not as young as I used to be. I feel a little older. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Okay, we're doing it. So, all right. Yes, y'all hear me too. Thank you, YouTube. I got YouTube comments here, and I've got Facebook. And you guys, we're also live on Twitter tonight. Twitter's not one of my biggest social media followings, but I figure let's just give them a little love. I got my coffee cup here and everything. Lord Jesus, we're gonna give them a little love and see how it's going. All right, so we're gonna make this apple crisp. I love the fact that it is fall time. Do y'all mind if I drink my coffee? Well, a little bit, if I have to sip a little, because a sister be going through trying. Okay, apple crisp. I love apple pies. I mean, who doesn't love apple pie? You guys, let's do a quick poll. What do you prefer, apple pie or peach pie? Okay, which one, apple or peach? Apple or peach? Let me know. Let me know if you guys like apple or peach. I see you, J Mac. I see you, Jonathan and Vanessa, over on YouTube. I see y'all. Let me know, you guys, real quick. Apple or peach? What's your preference? Apple or peach? I'm actually an apple pie person more than I am apple more than peach. But I love apple cobblers in my cookbook. Shameless plug. There's a really good apple cobbler recipe. But tonight we're making an apple crisp, and I love that. Oh, I see a bunch of apples coming in. Okay, apples and peach. Yes. Okay. So y'all keep it. Let me know, apples or peach. That's a very good. It's something interesting to find out. What is our preference? Because it means something, and we serious about this. You know what I mean? If you're gonna eat comfort food, well, you don't play. All right, let's jump in. We're gonna make an apple crisp. So when making an apple crisp, the first thing we're gonna do is get the other bowl. I got all my bowls out, y'all, and forgot one bowl. How I do that? I got everything lined up and forgot the bowl. All right. So we're gonna get our two views going. Take the banner down so they can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to start with our crisp. Now, to make the crisp topping, you're going to use all-purpose flour and rolled oats. This is what's going to give you your crispness, as you're going to put on the butter that goes with it. It's going to cook up really good, and these rolled oats are good. This is important to make sure you use rolled oats, okay? You don't want to use quick oats. Okay, we're not doing quick oats, okay? Let me see. Vanessa said she has my cookbook. Congratulations. Thank you, sis. And you know that cobbler's in there. So rolled oats, I'm going to take equal parts. So you can really use as much as you need to use for what you're making, for how much crisp you're making, but I'm going to make sure it's equal parts. So I've got 3/4 cup of oats and 3/4 cup of flour. I'm going to put those in here together like so. All right. And then I'm also going to add to that some brown sugar, and I'm going to add a lot of brown sugar because this is a dessert. Okay. And I mean for this to be sweet. Oh, wait, before I go on, y'all better share this video, please. Hit the button. It's still free. I called the Facebook and the YouTube people, and I said, is this still hello? And they were like, hey. And I said, I know y'all had it down this week and everything, but can we still share? And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. And I said, is it going to cost anything now? And they were like, nah, it's still free. So they told me it was still free to share. So Go ahead, hit the share button for free. For free. Ah, who doesn't love something free? All right. So we've got our rolled oats and our all-purpose flour in there. We're going to add sugar, a lot of brown sugar. And I like to use brown sugar in this because I actually like the texture that we get from the way the brown sugar melts together. You can use white sugar, but something about brown sugar is just, I don't know, I feel like it's like a kiss. You know what I mean? You get that brown sugar and it's like, you're like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what it does to me. And then here we've got some cinnamon and some nutmeg. Now, some people don't like to actually put the cinnamon and nutmeg in the crisp topping, just on the apples. I feel like that's discriminatory. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every piece of this should be should have an equal opportunity for all the seasonings and flavors that are to be. That's how I feel. I'm an equal opportunity. There. Boom. Cinnamon and nutmeg. I love cinnamon and nutmeg. You can also use cloves or allspice. Those work as well. Sometimes though, I find that cloves and allspice sometimes just get a little strong for me. So I like to stick with the nutmeg, but honey, whatever you choose to use, baby, it's going to be good. Okay. That's what it's going to be. It's good. Now, see, I got everything in here. I'm going to also add a pinch of salt real quick. Salt is good. It's not going to make your dessert salty. It's just a half a teaspoon. It's just going to help the flavors all come out. All right. All right. And then we're going to mix these together. Okay. Before we start mixing, let me know, Miss Moderator, how are the votes coming in for peach or apple? A lot of apple. Okay. I'm with my people. But I see some of you all are asking me to do a peach cobbler. Okay, I will do a peach cobbler video. I may have one. I have a quick peach cobbler video, but I will do another one because any excuse to make comfort food works for me, right? And we have a good friend that I owe a peach cobbler to, so I guess it'll work. All right, so here we've got our flour, our brown sugar, our oats, our cinnamon, our nutmeg, and a pinch of salt. I'm going to use hands on this one, okay? And I'm just going to first start by mixing these all together. That way I can break up any little lumps in the brown sugar. You know, sometimes y'all know how we are. Brown sugar be a little lumpy sometimes. Some days I wake up, I'm lumpy. You know, it just happens that way. I don't say like, oh, I'm gonna wake up lumpy. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? And I figure if it can happen to me, and I'm brown sugar. Sorry. Back to what I should be doing. If it can happen to me, and I'm brown sugar, it can happen to this brown sugar too. So you see here, we've just kind of given it a little mix together with our hands to get everything all friendly. We're going to add to that a stick of butter. I'm using unsalted butter because I've added a little bit of salt in there. But if you use salted butter, just don't add that little pinch of salt, the teaspoon we did. So it's up to you. All right. Let me see. I'm just looking to see if I'm missing anything. Oh, y'all, we cooking. We're cooking. I'm going to tell you something, though. Seriously, I love this crisp. All right, let me show you how we're going to get the top together. Now, this butter is soft. You see that? Can you see how soft it is? Can you see that? Do you see how I just pushed it? It's room temperature, but it's really soft. And what you're going to do is just mash it all together, just like this. And you want to keep going until you've got all of the butter coated with this flour and oat mixture. And you'll know that it's happened because it'll start to look like, see how it still looks a little dry? Can you see how it still looks like dry flour? But watch as we keep going with this and go under and over and making sure you're going down there, picking up the flour that's on the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, get in there with this. You have to love on the food. I'm telling you, people think I'm being extra when I say this, but I'm not. Hi, Ann Jackson. Hello, I see you. But seriously, y'all, you got to love the food. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love on the food, don't be mad when it don't taste right because you didn't love it. Think about how would you feel if somebody wanted you to just be sweet and good and everything, but they weren't sweet and good to you? Would you be inclined to stay sweet and good to them? Don't answer. I already know. And that's what the food does too. So you see how this is coming together? You see how it's not looking as dry now because we've got that butter in there. You see that? You see that? Oh, this is good stuff. And what you can also do to check it, to make sure that you've got it, is I could have used both hands, but I just did one. You take a piece, and if you push it together, you see how it holds together when I do that? Then watch this. It crumbles right apart. That means, boom, We in business. Business. When they do that, we in business. All right. Now, this is always the first thing you want to do. And then we're going to set this aside and we're going to move on to our apples. All right. I'm so excited. I'm more excited to eat the crisp, I think, than anything else. Seriously. All right. I'm going to discard this glove. I'm going to set the crumb topping or crisp to the side. And we're going to get into these apples right here. Now, I'm using tonight two types of apples. You can use whichever kind of apple you want to use. Okay, pick an apple, any apple. I recommend personally. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure I got my Facebook folk. I personally recommend. My favorite ones are Granny Smith apples, and what I love about the Granny Smith apples, they're a little tart. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start peeling these while I'm talking. They're a little tart. Now they're not so tart though that they don't taste good, but they have they're tart enough that when you put the sugar with them and get that little sweet thing going, you know that sweet thing I'm talking about? The sweet thing, it's perfect. But I'm mixing tonight. I'm mixing Granny Smith apples and Honeycrisp apples, right? And you can also use Fuji apples. I was at the store and the gentleman in produce department said to me that Fuji apples and Honeycrisp apples are basically the same. Is that true? Is that true, y'all? I wasn't at like no fancy store, like Whole Foods or nothing. If I was at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's and they told me that, I believe it. I was just at the regular grocery store. The grocery store where you don't know if they know what they're talking about or not. That's where I was. So I was like, really? This is the Honeycrisp. Look at that. They're so pretty. Okay, I can't see the answers. Can you? Okay, there we go. Y'all, is that true? Are Honeycrisp apples and Fuji apples basically the same thing? He even said that the Fujis were sweeter. And I was like, and I wanted to try what he was saying. I was like, maybe I'll buy the Fujis instead because it sounded interesting to me. I was like, because the Honeycrisps are not cheap. They are not cheap. Fujis are like half the price or maybe less than half the price even. But I was like, and I thought about it because I'm always happy for a sale, but I don't know. I didn't want to take a chance, especially I'm cooking for y'all. Y'all my people. I'm not gonna take no chance up here cooking with my people. You know what I'm saying? And not because y'all would talk about me because y'all love me, but because I just wouldn't want to do that to you. And also remember, my family has to eat this stuff. Somebody's got to eat this food. Somebody. See, I'm peeling these apples real quickly. Not doing anything fancy to them. I mean, and then I'm going to cut them inside. So I'm going to do almost done. I want to show you how you keep them from turning color. See? And just go around. Get yourself an apple peeler. One of the, or is it called a potato peeler? I use it for both. I use it for both apples and potatoes. But I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. It's so much faster. You can even peel sweet potatoes with this thing. Which reminds me, we have to get some sweet potatoes together for Thanksgiving. Amen, church? Amen. Sweet potatoes will be our portion. That's another conversation, though. Today it's all about apples. Apples. So when I was a little girl, my father was a bus driver, and he used to get these. There was a donut shop in Sacramento where I'm from. Well, it's not there anymore. But it was called Winchell's. Have y'all ever heard of Winchell's Donuts? If you've heard of Winchell's Donuts, put something in there. Give me a, what should we say? Orange heart. An orange heart if you've heard of Winchell's Donuts. So my daddy used to go there on his bus route sometimes where it stopped, and he would get me these apple fritters. And they were the biggest, prettiest apple fritters ever. And they fried them, and they almost looked lumpy. Like sometimes now the apple fritters don't look, they look real smooth and like dumplings almost now. No, not back then. Back in the day, back in the 70s, whoo, them was some pretty things. And they had this really pretty golden like brown to them. And I absolutely loved them. And that was just like a treat because he would come home and I would see he'd have a bag for me and I'd be like, Daddy, is that a fritter? He said, I got you an apple fritter. And I would just be the happiest little girl in the world. I got to learn how to make those. Do y'all know Winchell's? Somebody said yep on they know Winchell's. I'm hoping you're saying yep to the Winchell's on YouTube. What are y'all saying, Facebook? Are they saying, moderator, that they know it? Moderator, do they know Winchell's? Some of y'all know Winchell's. This was before there was Dunkin' Donuts. You know, Dunkin' came and took over everything. But back, I used to love those. And they were so big. I couldn't eat it all in one day because it was too big. So I would save and eat part of it one day and part of it another day. And that was our thing. I'm going to learn how to make some apple fritters too. Would y'all like that? Y'all want to make some apple fritters? Because I want to. We used to also have this place called Apple Hill. We used to go and get good pies and stuff. I loved all that stuff. It made my childhood. Now, in cutting these up, again, we're mixing Granny Smith with. Hold on, the microphone dropped, y'all. The mic dropped. Hold on. Mic drop. Let me do this. Let me put it here. I'm trying to put it so y'all can hear me. Hold on. Okay. Is that better? It's not gonna fall off. It's on. Is that better, y'all? I want to make sure you can hear me. Somebody mentioned last week that it was a little echoey because my kitchen area is pretty wide. So I was like, all right, I can fix that. And I just grabbed my mic. I got it, So we're going to cut these apples and we're going to cut them kind of in even sizes and like cubes. You can do them in thinner slices if you want to, but I really recommend just sticking with this cube way because it's easy to eat them. And also you'll find that it's the perfect size to put in your mouth, especially if you're trying to snack on something real quick. You know what I mean? Now, I also have decided in my infinite wisdom that apple crisp is a better, lower calorie alternative to apple pie. And I'm going to tell you how I know it is because in an apple pie, we put a crust on there and crust is a carb that has calories. We don't use no crust when we're in here making apple crisp. We just put some oatmeal on it. And isn't oatmeal healthy? How can it not be? You know what I'm saying? So it's good for us. All right. Thank you. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm right. Somebody said they want apple pie, apple tart, and apple crisp. Ooh, love these apples. And they want a spiralizer. That would be good. Now, here's how I like to cut them up. Again, I'm not being real exact. Okay, because again, this is not about perfection. You're not a manufacturer. You are not a company. So you can't cut every single apple the same size. Okay, so we're just going to give it a rough chop like that and then just go across it. It's not all serious like that. Now, as you cut your apples and put them in there, they'll start to get the air on them will start to turn apples a little brown. Is that oxidizing? I don't know. I don't remember science terms. But what you want to do to keep them from turning brown is just get you a little bit of lemon juice. Okay. I just have about a tablespoon here and just sprinkle a little on there as you go. And that will help them. That will keep them from turning brown on you while you finish cutting them. All right. But this is also the reason I made the crumb topping first, because we want to be able to cut this up and move on. Now, this combination of Honey Crisp apples and Granny Smith apples is just the perfect balance of sweet and tart. You already have a good tart balance whenever you use a Granny Smith. You know what I'm talking about? Like we were just saying about those Granny Smith ones, you already get a good tart there. But you put this old Honey Crisp with it, baby. Woo. It's like it's in the name. How did I throw that one? Y'all ain't tell me I threw that apple in there and ain't cut it. I thought y'all was going to help me stay on myself and do right. Somebody said good with Bluebell. You talking about ice cream, baby? Oh, I didn't like that piece. Well, that's what this apple crisp is delicious with, is ice cream. Did y'all see me almost cut my finger? Did y'all see that? Did y'all catch that? Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. I got a little scared for a minute. I was so busy talking that the knife slipped a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's the last thing you want, is something crazy like that to happen. Live cooking is fun, but you know what? When it happens, it doesn't happen and you can't undo it. So thank God I don't have a bloody finger on here that I have to try to explain or edit out, which I can't for live. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Oh, see how I'm cutting these up? Again, this doesn't take long. And the reason I saved the whole process to show you guys all of it, because I could have cut it ahead of time. I saved it because a lot of times we think this stuff takes a long time to do. And we're like, oh, I don't want to cut all those apples up. But I'm hoping you can see by just talking to me as I'm cutting them up, it's not that hard and it's not taking that long. We're doing 6 apples and look, we're almost done. And this is the thing, cooking will seem like some things, especially like, oh, that's so laborious and it's so much work and things. It does take effort, yes, but it's not going to necessarily take all day because we are almost done. You see that? I'm serious. Look. And you can cut them. If you have a better method for cutting that's faster than mine, go ahead on. I ain't even mad at you. Share it with a sister. I'm not mad. This is how I do it so I don't cut my fingers. Because y'all saw, even with my method here, I just about cut them. I'm just trying not to eat these all before they go in here because this is so, oh my God, they look so good. They're so beautiful and pretty and shiny. I think we're going to also have to, you know what, y'all? We need to also do an apple sangria for the fall. Amen. What do y'all think? What y'all think, church? Apple sangria? I think so. I do believe so. I hear it. Yes. All right. Look at that. There's all of our apples. We no longer need this board. We don't need the knife. We don't need the peeler. We're almost done. Here's the dish we're going to put it in. Now we're going to mix up. Look at that. Do you see the different colors? How you can see the Granny Smith in there? These are the Granny Smith ones. And then you can see the Honey Crisp. Oh, so delicious. All right, we're going to add to this cornstarch. First thing we're going to put in is cornstarch. And what the cornstarch is going to do is help to make sure that as the juice is released from the apples in the cooking process, that it doesn't get soupy. Okay, the cornstarch is going to help us get a nice thickening of any liquids that are released, whether it's like from the apple or also from the brown sugar melting. Okay, now I recommend you put this cornstarch on first and mix it around so you can make sure that you get all of your apples coated. And it'll start to, you'll see that the liquid on the apples is already starting to absorb. That's a good thing. That's a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up move, okay? Next, we're going to add in our cinnamon and nutmeg. Remember, I told you I don't discriminate, okay? Everybody gets some of the love. And I like a lot of cinnamon and nutmeg, so there. All right? And again, we're just mixing this up. See, this is how easy it is to put together a simple, yummy dessert that will have you looking like a superstar, baby, okay? They're going to be like, ooh, girl. And, of course, some brown sugar. Now, you can use white sugar in these. You can use white sugar is not bad. It doesn't do anything bad or wrong to it. And I just personally, in apple pies and cobblers, sometimes I mix and do brown sugar and white sugar. But in this recipe especially, I like just the brown sugar because it is so, the way the little bit of molasses comes through, you know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, it's so good. It's so sweet. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me see what y'all doing. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking. Are y'all sharing the video? Y'all got to share the video. All right, see how I got that mixed up? Everything is on there. That's it. No problem. Now we're going to take this. This is why it's low calorie. Well, okay. Oh, no, Lord, don't let me lie. Lower calorie because we don't have a crust. All right, so here we go. You're just going to dump this into a dish. You can put this in any dish you want. You know what I've also done before is made them as individuals. Just get like some little ramekins. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. See that brown sugar? This is looking right. You can get little ramekins, you know, the little dishes like that, and make individual ones. I've done that before. Sometimes that helps with portion control. No, I mean, that's what I've been told. That's what they tell me. Okay. And here we're coming back to our crumb topping, our crisp topping. And actually, you know what? That's important. A crisp topping and a crumb topping are different. This is a crisp topping. So you see, as we put this on, this is going to get crisp on there. See here? Oh, yeah, this looks good. Now, I like this topping. This is one of my favorite parts is the topping. If you don't like the topping, you don't have to put as much on as I do because I freely admit I go crazy with this here topping. Okay. Now, another thing you can do, I like to pat mine down a little bit in there. Some people like to leave it looser, you know, just sprinkle it and let it go. I like to pat mine down. I have no particular reason why. I can try to make something up, but if I'm being honest, the truth, y'all, is I don't know why. I just do. That's just what I do. And it makes absolutely no, does it make sense to y'all? Because maybe I'm just giving myself a hard time for no reason. Anyway, see how I'm making sure I got all my apples covered? As this cooks in the oven, you want to put it on a 350-degree oven, okay? And it's going to take about an hour to cook. I know you're like, what? That's the longest time in the whole thing is the cooking time, because you got to let this top get nice and done. And you want to make sure your apples get all nice and soft. Okay. So here we go. Look how pretty that is. Ain't that pretty, y'all? That's it. We even have a little bit of extra over here, which I like to save because sometimes you know what you can do? I've been told. They tell me you can keep a few apples to the side and a little bit of that and mix it up together and put a little side dish for you in the oven too. I didn't say I'd ever done that, but I've heard that's that's good for. Have y'all heard that too? That's what I heard. In the oven, 350 degrees. Look how nice that is. Isn't that pretty? 350 for an hour. Start checking it at 45 minutes because you want to be sure that it doesn't burn or anything. It really won't overcook. The magic of television. The magic. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I'm gonna make sure you're ready. Now, let me also add this before I reveal, have my moment. I didn't add vanilla in this. You can add vanilla. Okay, vanilla is not bad. I've added vanilla. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I forget it. It's not the end of the world, but you can add vanilla. You can also add other flavors that you may like. Okay, so if you wanted to even put like a rum flavor in there from an extract, you can do that. Any of those things are acceptable. They are all A+ ideas, and I will still claim you as my own. All right, so this is going to come out of the oven after. Oh, I left my ginger ale. Why ain't nobody told me my ginger ale was sitting up there? First my coffee, now my ginger ale. Family. All right. You ready? This one was in the oven for 1 hour. Look at that. Looky look. Oh, it's still a little hot. I'm not going to burn my hand, though. Are y'all seeing that? You seeing that beauty? Look at that. My hand's clean. You see that crisp? That's that crisp right there. That right there is everything. Now, hold on. I got a little dish here, and I'm going to get a spoon. Oh, y'all, we gotta bless it. Don't we need to bless the food? We're going to bless. Okay, I'm blessed. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Okay. Now, the way I put it in that dish with the rectangle, you can pull it up a different ways, whatever. This is the best dish, best served spoon. You're not going to be able to cut it because it ain't a pie. Okay. So I'm just going to get a little bit right here. You see that? See that crust? Ooh. Well, no, it's not a crust. That's right. It's lower calorie. Oh, look at that. You see that? Okay. I'm going to pick it up. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to show you. You see that? See how that brown sugar thickened up just right in there with the cornstarch? Everything. This is so good. It's easier than an apple pie. It's fewer calories than an apple pie. And the crisp on the top, to me, that makes all the difference. I absolutely love it. You want to, if you serve it warm, like I'm going to do later, it's still a little warm. It's been out of the oven for a while. I'll put some ice cream with it. It's going to be on. This might be my dinner. I roasted a chicken tonight. I did the right wife mother thing. But listen, I might just, kiss the cook. You guys, I'm so happy to be with you tonight. Thanks for joining me. Did we have fun? We made something cool. We made something different. We've never made an apple crisp before. It's apple season. Also, I see that the majority has spoken and apple is beating peach in Calibama, unless it's peach cobbler. And that's different because peach cobbler ain't the same thing as peaches. You understand what I mean? There is a difference. I know there is. Post the recipe. I will, Lisa, I will post the recipe. And same for my family over on YouTube. I will definitely post the recipe so you all can make this. It's easy, simple, and you can do the same thing with peaches. You can make a peach crisp. Let that marinate for a minute. Same process, right? Rinse the peaches, brown sugar, a little cornstarch. I know. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Let that marinate. I love you, family. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now, that means different things on different platforms. YouTube, if y'all don't like and carry on, then they're going to be like, oh, what is that? So y'all got to be seriously hitting that button. I mean, hitting it, okay? Facebook, y'all got to share it. Because if y'all don't share it, then they're like, maybe not. So like it on Facebook too, but like on YouTube, share on Facebook. Like on YouTube, share on Facebook. And Twitter, welcome to the party. You do the same thing too. Like it, give it a heart so we can stay on and keep bringing you delicious comfort food from the comfort of Calibama. I will see you guys next Thursday at 8 p.m. back for more Calibama cooking. We're getting ready for the holidays. It will be something holiday inspired, I hope. I'll see you then. Thanks for joining me. Happy cooking. Show up. Mm. 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 Mm-hmm.